Hi, I encountered Christ when I was 7 years old. My daddy took me to an altar on a Wednesday night service, and he prayed with me, and that was when I became a child of God. Encountered him, I try to encounter him every day, but again, at 16, I was baptized, and again, after marriage, and again, and again, and again. Each day is a new encounter.
I encountered Christ when I was a child in a Christian home. However, I didn't realize what it meant to be a follower with respect to surrendering. And I realized what it meant to surrender as an adult when my ex-wife left me, and God brought me to my knees and showed me that He is truly the one who will carry you through thick and thin. That's my story.
So I encountered Christ when I was around 10 to 11 years old. And I had just moved here, so everything was kind of new to me, and I didn't really have any friends. So I was just now entering 5th grade, and so I made a friend named Kate, and we started to become really close friends, and she took me to youth group, but I never really encountered Christ before that. And when I started to go to youth group, I actually kind of realized how important it is, and I was so much happier.
I grew up in a church, and my mother made sure that I understood the gospel. When I was 8 years old, I made a decision in favor of the gospel, and I got baptized when I was 8. I would say that I mostly made that decision because my mother encouraged me. And when I got to college, I walked away from God. I was hit by the world in the face, and everything that I had learned growing up in church just seemed weak and went away. And I started to live a very selfish life. And when I was in my mid-30s, I was living in the Deep South, and I was driving down a beautiful road in a southern city, and there were oak trees, and the sun was coming through the oak trees. And suddenly it occurred to me that a divine, infinite God made these oak trees. And tears came to my eyes, and I thought, this God needs to be reckoned with. This God needs to be encountered. And after that, I sought a church. And I can't say that I immediately re-encountered God, but I knew that I had to. And in that church, I heard the gospel again, and I heard it fresh, and I understood that this is what I need. This is what I've been missing, and I can no longer lead the selfish life. God help me.
Hello, my name is Nate Hurley. I came to know Christ when I was young, I think middle school. I grew up in a Christian house, but I think I truly encountered Christ just recently in the past year. I've grown my faith. I've got more involved with my school FCA, and I've been reading more, and I just feel like I've truly came to know Christ, grew a relationship with Him as of recently, and it's changed me, and it's changed my perspective on things and how I need to go about my life.
I encountered Christ when I was 21. I had been raised in a Christian home, had been to church almost every Sunday of my life, was kind of on the bootstraps of my parents' faith, and one night I was home alone, and there was a Billy Graham crusade on, and I felt like I needed to watch it. And at the end, he gave an altar call, and I knelt in my living room and just prayed and asked God to come into my life and help me.
I first encountered Christ at a youth retreat in middle school. During the worship, I really felt His power and presence. And since then, every time I listen to worship music downstairs in our basement, I feel very convicted.
I became encountered Christ when I was 14. It was Christmas Eve, and after Pastor Jeff's message, I went to him and I told him that I want to believe in Jesus, and I want to accept Him in my heart as my Savior. And after that, I went to my mom and dad. I told them the same thing, that I want to believe in Jesus and I want to follow Him for my rest of life.